Okay, so here's a little bit of an instructional video for you. Stuck my cast iron on there. Gonna start the heat. You leave it on there to get nice and hot. Your pans are being seasoned right now. You're gonna want to wait till it gets hot enough for the butter, grease, whatever you're going to use in there. I just picked up some of this ghee yesterday. I want to see how that works. I've never used the ghee in the frying pan, so I think that you do have some ghee that you use. So you're going to want to let that get to a certain temperature, a nice level temperature. And then you're going to add your food or your grease and then carry on from there. Okay, Jessica, we are going to go ahead and start cooking in our pan. So I stick my pan on there, turn the heat on. We're going to let that probably warm up for about a minute, 2 minutes maybe, till you can really feel the heat in there going. And then we're going to add our grease. Okay, so we're getting ready to stick our butter in there. See that it's right away melting. So I'd say I probably left mine on for about 2.5, maybe 2 minutes. Never have too much butter. So then I just make sure it's all spread around in there. Make sure everything is seasoned well, or covered well. If you're going to cook something a lot, I usually will put it up on the side as well. But, okay. Then I'm going to stick my food in there. So you're going to be able to see that it moves around pretty easily. There's no like sticking to the pan. Making ourselves some breakfast sandwiches this morning. So that's what it's supposed to look like when it's nice and seasoned, and making sure that it's up to temperature on your pan to cook in. If you do get a little sticking, it's not a big deal. Just kind of scraping it off from the bottom. You're not going to hurt anything. It's iron. So, but again, it's really kind of super great once you get it seasoned. And making sure it's at that temperature, a pretty good hot temperature. And then you can turn it down to whatever you want to cook at. Oh crap, I forgot to hit pause instead of stop. Okay, so I turned it off and they're still cooking because the pan is pretty hot, so you can just remember that it's going to stay hot for quite a long time. So when you think you're about done with something, it's maybe not quite done, or you want to keep something warm, just go ahead and turn it off. It'll keep it warm. Or it'll keep cooking, so you need to be aware of that. Could burn something based on that. So, and then that's it. As far as the cooking, just make sure you get it up to temperature. Grease your pan, and then just watch it like you normally would. If you're going to cook inside, remember to make sure that you grease the whole thing if you're going to bake in it. If it calls for greasing, you don't always have to. I can do like cookies and all kinds of casseroles. It does not matter what you cook in it. There's a few things people tell you not to cook, but you don't want to ever leave anything in your cast iron, or it will make your food very yucky. You have to take the food out of it because it will turn it black, and then it's almost unedible. So anyway, I'll show you the cleanup next. Okay, I'm just going to show you a little bit about your seasoning. So right now your pans are in seasoning at 450 for 45 minutes. So this is what I do. I set it on a baking sheet upside down. I actually looked it up. I actually used bacon grease, which I put back in the fridge. But 45 minutes at 450, upside down on a baking sheet. If you have to re-season it, you just kind of scrub it out as best as you can, get the sticky parts off, and then stick it back in. You're not going to hurt it by re-seasoning it over and over again. Okay, so I'm getting ready to wash this up. This is still actually hot, so make sure you use your hot pads. Sticking it in the sink. You're going to add just whatever kind of water you like, hot or cold. The pan is hot, so I'm just adding a little water. Gonna scrape her off. I use something like this. I get a Dollar General somewhere. A 2-pack for $1. My favorite scrubby for my cast iron pans. So as you see, it's kind of repelling the water a little bit. That's actually a good thing. You just want to get the food off. You do not add soap with it. And then you just keep on rinsing. Like that. And clean. So then I'm going to stick it. It's actually not too hot anymore as far as hot. I'm going to stick it back over here on the stove. Going to put it on to dry. That's the way I do it. You do not have to do it this way. Some people do, some people don't. Some people actually wipe out some of the water to just get it started. And then you let it dry up. You're going to see that it's kind of a different color. It's going to look like you took some of the finish off, but you didn't. You just have to kind of season it with some oil when it's done drying.
Cool.
Okay, so then I spray in some of this is olive oil. You can use bacon grease. You can use whatever you want. Olive oil is fine. I do cook with this olive oil a lot in this pan. I do butter and I do bacon grease, whatever you think calls for your recipe. I turn off my hot. I just let that sit for just a second and let it kind of just bake on a little bit. Okay, so then I take a paper towel. You can use a cloth or whatever. I also have these up here that I've used in the past to wipe off. You can also use lard. So I'm just going to wipe it off. You want to wipe it like you're wiping all of it off, making it nice and smooth again. So some people freak out about this brown on here, but that's just part of the cast iron of the seasoning. Don't worry about that. That's nothing. That's actually a good thing. So now it's done. You let it cool, and then you just put it away. My mom used to keep hers in the oven. I put mine on the wall.